Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Information Security News. The first news of the day is with respect to Gustuff Android malware, and what the group IB security researchers have found is that this particular malware is targeting over 100 plus banking applications and those banks belong to US, Poland, Australia, Germany, and 8 belongs to India. So I do not know which rich banks of India are they targeting right now, and it also targets around like 32 cryptocurrency apps as well. So Group IB also says that this malware has a function of turning off Google Play Protect, which is nothing but the built-in anti-malware feature inside Android. They also found that the Gustuff Android malware spreads by sending out a message with a link to download the APK installation file to all the contact list which is present in your contacts. So if you were to not install APK from non-standard locations, you could help protect yourself from this particular malware. I'm not saying that the malware will never come in via the Google Play Store. There have been instances wherein Google Play Store has hosted malwares previously, but Google is very quick on removing the malwares from their Play Store as soon as they are notified. So the next news is with respect to YouTube accidentally promoting illegal version of the Encrypted Bitcoin. So what happened is usually YouTube shows advertisements on its video, and one of the advertisements showed about the Encrypted Bitcoin, and it did ask the people to directly visit electrum.org on the video. However, when you click on the video, it actually took you to a site called KTRUM. So the K isn't actually there in the original website. So this kind of an attack is something called as typo squatting attack in information security world. So then when you visit that particular website, a malicious executable gets downloaded to your machine, and once installed, it starts doing its malicious activities. So for now, YouTube has acknowledged this particular issue and removed this particular malicious advertisement. The next one is with respect to SonicWall 2018 report, which says that it has recorded a decline of cryptojacking attack, but it has seen 11% increase in ransomware, 56% increase in web application attack, also seen an increase in the highly targeted phishing and encrypted attacks as well. So what it notes here is that the encrypted attacks are growing steadily on a non-standard port, and if you do not have a strong SSL decryption policy, then these malware would be left unchecked in your environment. So that's what this particular link claims. The next news is with respect to container storing secrets in your container images. So what anchor.com claims is that do not store any sensitive information directly in the contents of your image, because anyone who gets access to your image can retrieve the particular secret string, or do not store the secret string in an environmental variable, because if you just type in env on your terminal and pressed enter, you would still be able to retrieve the secret message. Rather, what Anchor says is that you have to store all your secret keys inside a vault or a Kubernetes vault, and then utilize that to access any privileged access which you would require. So this is one of the best practices which a developer needs to follow in order to remain safe. The next one is with respect to Operation Shadow Hammer. So this is something in relation with the Asus Windows update attack which took place recently. So what Kaspersky did is that they have put up a particular link wherein you can go and check your MAC address to see if you are one of the 600 MAC addresses which are deemed to be affected. And they also released a particular executable which contained the hash values of all the 600 MAC addresses. When you install the executable on your Asus system, it it retrieves the MAC address of your machine, hashes it, checks it against one of those 600 MAC addresses which is embedded within the binary. So what the Skylight Cyber team tried doing is they wanted to reverse and get out all the MAC addresses which are present inside the binary, for which they got the binary information from the executable of Kaspersky. They were looking at the hashes. They wanted to know what the hash is made out of. They found that it's made out of SHA-256, around like 1,000 times, 10,000 times of SHA-256. Then they use Hashcat to try to brute force and get approximately 593 of the MAC addresses out of the 600 odd MAC address which were deemed to be affected. So that's an interesting little blog. You may want to read this, and they have also published all the MAC addresses which they have cracked so far. So if your company's laptop happen to bear one of these MAC addresses, then it's highly recommended that you go and address that particular machine. Invariably, if you are using an Asus computer, I would suggest that you also have an additional look into the machine to see if the first stage was successfully downloaded onto that particular laptop or not. The next news is with respect to Office Depot got fined for millions of dollars for tricking users into believing that their PCs were infected with malware. So when the PC owner took their machines to Office Depot to know if the PC is riddled with malware or not, they were asked a list of questions, and if the user were to answer yes to any one of these 4 questions, then Office Depot would come back saying that yes, your machine is infected, and it would incur you up to $180 for you to have your machine fixed. So this kind of an unethical practice was reported by one of the employees, saying that he did not like the customers being tricked into paying this kind of an amount, but still this was never heard, and this particular scam was running from 2012 onwards. So now that Office Depot is levied with a fine, it's not clear whether the users who actually shelled out $180 will be refunded their cash. And the last news of the day is with respect to bot and botnets in 2018. So as soon as you hear the term bot and botnet, the only thing which rings in your head is they must be used for DDoS related activity. That's very synonymous, because media caught on with Mirai botnet, which was used for DDoS related activity, but bots has much more capability more than DDoS. It can do web injection, it can do URL spoofing, it can do DNS spoofing, it can do data collection. So say for example, if your botnet is a Trojan related botnet, then it goes and asks the C2, which banking credentials do you want me to report onto? Then if the bot herder were to say that, okay, I want you to collect the credentials of examplebank.com, then this particular botnet would reside in the machine, wait till the time you enter examplebank.com and try to just pull out the username and password, whatever you're typing on that particular bank, and send it out to the attacker so that he can start to swindle away your bank account, provided you have some money in there. So the other thing is that, so it doesn't actually like go ahead and collect the credentials of other websites which you might try logging into. So it's actually acting as a layer of filter for the attacker, trying to just get the information what the attacker needs to see and try to filter out unwanted information for the attacker. So the attacker is trying to get better over here. So with this, we come to the end of today's security news. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Bye bye.